Hi, if you're a Capricorn born December 22nd to January 19th, what can you expect for the month of November 2015? Let's tune in and find out. Well, Capricorn, you have a lot of energy coming up, a lot of energy that is wanting to be seen, wanting to be noticed. There's a lot of opportunity for you, working very hard. And this is a month of extra hard work, but it feels fun. It actually feels like things are moving in the right direction for a change. It doesn't feel heavy and confining. It actually feels very creative and like, yeah, it's about time. So it feels like it's a really good, rewarding energy for you guys, Capricorns. And it feels like financially, it feels like you're finally like rolling in the dough, like it's finally coming in for you. So it feels really, really good, Capricorns. I like it a lot. Let's tune in first and check with your personal relationships for your romantic life. For those of you that are already in partnerships, let's check in on that. This is going to be a good month. It's a cooperative month. It's a month where there's going to be, the word liaison comes up. So it's almost like you're going to be really talking up your partner. So it feels like there's a lot of pride that you have for your partner, and like talking about your partner and really connecting with your partner in a whole new way. And that is almost like a little bit of a foreplay, and where you open your heart, and it's like as you share about all these great things about your partner, it just makes you feel more in love with them. So I feel this great connection, between the two of you happening and igniting and feeling a really nice, like a nice synergistic month. So it feels really good. It does even feel like in the middle of the month, there could be a really nice connection for the two of you around, I want to say like around the 15th. It feels like there's a nice opening and opportunity to maybe even get away or do something unusual together. So it feels like it's a really good month for those of you that are connected in relationship. Now, if you're somebody who's like 1 foot in and 1 foot out with your relationship, or you're not, you're in a coupled relationship and you don't know what to do, now is really not the time to make a decision. Now feels more like the time to take care of yourself. So this is also a very healing energy. So you want to really focus more on taking care of yourself and not really making too big decisions about your relationship right now. Okay, I'd save that for in a couple more weeks, next month. Okay, so now let's look at those of you that are single and interested in connecting in a relationship, so in a romantic relationship. Well, Capricorns, some of you are single or tired. So I don't know if you're tired from looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right, or just tired from partying, or tired from working hard. But I'm yawning. I'm tired in you singles energy. So, and it could be that you're tired of being single. So there's going to be, for some of you, there may be somebody, again, new that comes in around the new moon, which is November 11th, and that new moon is in Scorpio. And that particular energy is, have you ever been like kind of drawn to somebody where it's a kind of like a love-hate relationship? It feels like it could be one of those relationships where you can't live with them, you can't live without them. There's kind of this push-pull energy. So not actually optimal kind of dating material, right? But it makes it interesting for sure. So I'm not exactly picking up that you're going to have a full-blown love affair this month with the right person. It feels more like it's a good time, right? We can have sometimes good times bantering back and forth with people. So it feels kind of like a good time and harmless. It feels like harmless fun and interesting. So all in all, it feels like it's a good opportunity to get out. But for those of you that are actually tired, I would like work on taking with your health there and getting some additional support for yourself that way. Okay, well, since health is coming up, let's look at that for you. So some of you are burning the candle at both ends. Some of you are like doing way too much, overdoing it. And for those of you that are doing that, you really need to listen to your body and slow down. You do need to get off your feet. You do need to sleep in. from time to time, do what you can, or even just get cat naps or whatever you can to keep your nerve energy up so that you don't get sick, so that you don't make mistakes or get off track. So I really feel like it's important for you Capricorns to take care of your, they're showing me especially your immune system, and these are immune points right here, right here. So you can tap these right here. These are immune points on your body. You can go to an acupuncturist and they'll work on your immune system. There's a lot of different things that you can do for your immunity besides just, eating right and getting enough sleep. Chiropractors are good for immunity, good, adjusting the spine. So look at alternative things, Capricorns, for you to take care of your immune system so that you can, go through and get everything that you need to get done, because I feel so much work around you, so much pressure, and you guys are workaholics anyway. And this month, even more so, there's more to do. But it's exciting. I get it. You want to do it, and it's really busy, and it's productive, and it's fun to make money. So it's just we don't want it to take a toll on you. Okay. All right. So as far as money goes, we've danced around it. Let's see. Okay. So wow, there's a big, for some of you, a big gusher in the middle of the month of November, and I'm sorry. I'm stopping because all of a sudden I get this big pain under my left armpit. Okay. So for some of you, it could be that you could be out work. You could be out of work due to an illness, something, whether you broke an arm or whether you had some sort of surgery, or God forbid you have, something in the lymph nodes. But it feels like there's, for some of you, there's a challenge with money because of a health issue or a health problem. The good news is the money will be there for a loan or for insurance if you're expecting an insurance payoff. There's money that's going to be there to help you bridge this illness or to help bridge the gap of working with illness, right? If you're sick and you're out of work. So I would just do the research around that. I would make inquiries, because this month you're going to get, yes, you're going to get approved for those loans. You're going to get approved for whatever it is that you need. And maybe, maybe you have to go on Medicaid, Medicare, or whatever it is. I do see those things happening for you guys that actually need that, okay? So it's a good month to follow through money and financial health together. Let's see if there's anything else about money for you guys that was coming in. This actually feels for a change, like you are going to, for those of you that are so used to living on the edge for so long, it finally feels like you might have a cushion this month. It finally feels like, wow, I finally arrived, and I know you guys aren't going to settle and you're not going to stop. But it does at least take a moment at least to feel good about how far you've come, how hard you've worked, and then you can go back to work. Okay. So we also have a full moon November 25th in Gemini. And so for Capricorns, for you, it feels like it's, in one hand, Gemini is a kind of a real easy energy. They go back and forth, and it's, they can change really quick, right? Gemini's the twin sign, so they can get bored easily. So you may find yourself a little restless around that time period, just a little bit of that energy rubbing off on you. And so you might find yourself a little bit restless. You could even find yourself misinformed is the word, where there's some misinformation or misunderstanding. Not so much a misunderstanding, it's more of a perception on your part. So you want to be careful, because we've got this a little bit of clouded energy around that date. So there could be something that you're misunderstanding or misinterpreting about work, and that has you a little riled up or upset. Be careful that you don't pull the trigger on anything or get too upset about anything until you really make sure that you've got hard evidence. And then even then you want to double and triple check again, because this is the kind of energy where you could double check and triple check, and that absolutely is how it is, only to find a week later that it wasn't that way. It's that kind of energy. So you want to be really careful about laying into anybody or being really upset at somebody around that time, around the end of the month. I would, if anything, and I would handle it like if you've discovered something about an employee or someone that's doing something against you, I would say, I'm going to think about how I want to respond to this, or I'm going to think about how I'm going to handle it. I'll get back to you in a week. Let them sit in it, let them stew in it. Gives you time to actually see what's going on. And it could even be, like I said, that if you don't even say anything to that person, you could find out that it's completely a misunderstanding, okay? So just be aware towards the end of the month, there can be some screwy energy like that. And that's kind of pretty much for everybody's sign. Everybody's going to have that little bit of like, what? Weirdness around them. Some signs will obviously be affected more than others. But all in all, I think for you guys, it's not going to be that big of a deal. You're really grounded. You're really have a great sense of kind of like how people are. And so I think that that's going to save you from a lot of the pain of confusion that some of the other signs will be dealing with. Okay, you guys, have an amazing month. I appreciate you watching my intuitive astrology. And if you like it, please share it with your friends. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.